you guys doing today? Welcome back to Empower People Today. My name is Manny, and as you can see, I'm with two of my little brothers, I would call. They play basketball with me. Still look after them, and they actually just got done working out, so don't mind their appearances. Yeah, so today we'll be just talking about like a life of a student athlete at the Division III level, and kind of like different paths and journeys you could take to get there. I was a Division III player myself, and they're currently playing Division III. And a lot of people have questions about like, what's the difference between Division III and Division I basketball? Just scholarship basketball in general, and are there good hoopers at Division III level? Can people go pro? So like, these are a whole bunch of questions that I've received. So I have people here that are currently doing it and trying to chase their dreams. They can give you a little bit more of an insight, especially where both of them come from two completely different situations, and then they ended up landing up at the same spot, and then now they're playing as a backcourt together. So, we'll be reunited, right?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So as a backcourt together, so it will be good. I actually played with both of them when they were freshmen. You know what I'm saying? And they both got a chance to play with me, and they were a very big asset to our team at that time. So today we'll just be talking a little bit about their perspective. You know, when they started from a freshman now to they're both about to be a junior, and just kind of, you know, the different avenues and paths you can take to get there. So let's get straight into it. I'm gonna have you guys both introduce yourself. I'll say a little bit about them. Both, you know, stand-up dudes from the beginning. You know, Tuji's one of the purest point guards I know. Matt is a good scorer, a great scorer at that, and he's only getting better at that. So, me personally, they're big at like I said, they're a big part of my senior year and my success. They helped me out tremendously, and I couldn't say any bad things about them. And they're both stand-up guys. So, Tuji, I'll have you introduce yourself. And Matt, you can.
My name's Tejon Joyner. Everybody calls me Tuji though. I go to Framingham State. I'm a junior. That's about it.
My name is Matt. I'm a junior. I back at Framingham State. I started there freshman year, and then I transferred over to Eastern Connecticut. Didn't work out, so now I'm back at Framingham.
All right, so we'll touch up on a little bit of that right now. We'll get right into it. So Matt, what was your decision on leaving?
Honestly, it was more education-wise. They had a better program for me, but then once I saw that I wasn't playing when I got there, like I just wanted to quit. Like I didn't want to play no more. So then I hit up 2G and a couple other guys on the team, and you know, it was like, yo, come back. Ended up talking to Rainer, and then now trying to get back on the path where I was.
Okay. So talk a little bit about the transferring process. So for anybody out there that doesn't understand, tell them how it kind of works. I transferred myself, so I kind of know, but let them know.
As in like what do you mean,
like how you have to get waivers, forms signed, all that stuff.
Oh yeah, like, that's a little bit of a process. Like, oh shit, I don't even know.
That's all right. I
kind of just like,
you can cut it.
I kind of just like talked to my advisor and stuff, and they kind of guided me through the way, and then that was basically it, admissions and stuff. I mean,
for sure.
Yeah.
So when you knew you wanted to transfer, you know what I mean? Like I remember you mentioned it a little bit.
Yeah.
When you knew you wanted to transfer, how'd you go about trying to contact and find the right program in that time for you?
Yeah, no. So my senior year of high school, Eastern was my first school, my first look actually, and I didn't get in because of my SAT scores.
Okay.
So I had no other school, and then I ended up going to like a showcase or whatever, and Framingham reached out to me, and then so once I didn't get into Eastern, Framingham was my only choice.
Yep.
So I ended up going there, kind of just, you know, out of just
Coincidence,
yeah,
I guess.
like that was it.
Yeah, no, for sure. So we'll go to Tuji because you mentioned a little bit about, you know, you not playing at Eastern, what made you kind of be like, yo, I need to figure out where I can go and play and showcase my skills. So
Right.
I'll bring this to Tuji now. Tuji, you've been from public schools to prep schools to college, right away in college. Me personally, I thought you should have played right away. You didn't. You had to wait your turn. He was, like I said, real stand-up dude. Like he was in my ear the whole way through, even when he wasn't playing. and then you got your chance. You started and shit like that. So talk a little bit about, you know, the waiting process, understanding that, yeah, you could be playing and you should be playing, but why you need to, especially as a freshman, just to wait your turn, and then, you know, eventually, you know, your time will come.
Honestly, it's probably the hardest thing about being a freshman at the college level. Not every freshman gets to play right away. Waiting your turn, like I said, the hardest part in the world. It feels like the worst thing ever. It honestly feels like the world is ending. I wouldn't even lie to you. At the time, I did feel like I should be playing, but then now I look back at it and I was playing behind, you see, a pro,
Fair
which
enough.
at the time was really hard to understand. You know, like why am I don't care who he is, why am I not playing, whatever. But as I look back at, you know, I was playing behind a pro, and as you see when he left, you know, he was playing 36 minutes a game, and then the year after he left, I go to playing 34 minutes a game. So you definitely have to wait your turn. And you know, while I was waiting, there was ups and downs. You know, it wasn't all down. At the start of the season, I went from playing 0 minutes. Then I started I think 7, 8 games maybe. Then after that, it went up and down, up and down, up and down. Sophomore year, I went to playing damn near the whole game. And then this year, well, we didn't have a season. But I think if you have a good group around you, like I had Manny ahead of me who was always in my ear, like, yo, coach is throwing tests at you, just get through the test. That really helped me a lot, especially at the beginning, because I wasn't playing. I thought, yo, I'm not going to play the rest of the season. But then, as I said, middle of the season, I ended up starting 7, 8 games, playing a decent amount of minutes. So that was a big help. And I think just playing my part just on the bench, like during games, Manny used to come out the game like, yo, Tucci, what am I doing wrong? You know, I think that helped my game a lot, just like analyzing his game, making sure I could tell him what he's doing wrong. That helped me a lot. So I think it's definitely the hardest part of being a freshman is waiting your turn, but it's the time you learn the most, by far the time you learn the most.
That's well said, bro. So we'll transition back over to Matt. Now, you played right away.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of played between the 1 and the 2.
Yeah.
I was kind of just like a scorer, really. And that's like where he had his chance to start, and you kind of had your chance to start as well. They actually were you guys were kind of battling, low key.
Nah,
You
we
guys
were.
were like low key battling for playing
Yeah.
time. Like it was either him or him.
It was a tough competition.
Because, you know, I did log a lot of minutes, and then there's, you know, the second person in the backcourt was either going to be Matt or it was going to be Tucci. So they kind of went back and forth. I think you started probably like 7, 8 games, and you started like 7, 8 games, and then I think Thomas started the rest. But yeah, talk about playing right away, and then going from playing right away to coming off the bench, not
Yeah.
playing as much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there was, like he said, there was a lot of ups and downs. You know, you were our main guy, 100%. So like we always knew to give you the ball. But yeah, now I kind of just like coming in as a freshman, I didn't know what to expect. But Manny always had our back, you know. So we always looked up to him, and he just told us what to do, and he just motivated me to get better. Even when I was down, you know, mid-season, we weren't really winning any games, to be honest. And
Yeah, for sure.
you know, like he said, I only started like 6, 7 games, and 2G started 6, 7 games, and it was definitely a battle for sure. But you know, it was a journey.
What would you say is the best part, like being able to play right away as a freshman?
It's nerve-wracking, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I was held to a high standard, you know, but it felt good though. Like it definitely felt good. It was like an accomplishment almost, you know.
For sure.
So
I remember actually, I think it was MCLA at Amherst tournament.
yeah.
I fouled out.
Yeah, you picked up
like
5.
Five, like in the first half, I think,
Mm-hmm.
or 4 in the first half, and I fouled out early. And like that was the first game. I was like, damn, my bro hooping, dog.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? As a freshman, it was like second, third game in,
Mm-hmm.
and you was going type crazy. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, he's really killing.
Yeah.
And I thought at that point I was like, yeah, I guess he deserves to play. He deserves to start at that
Mm-hmm.
point. And then, you know, came along, and then 2G was like, all right, well, I'm going to have to battle for that too. So I was seeing these two go crazy in practice, like going at each other's neck. It was kind of funny, to be honest, because it was like, you know, at first, like, I was always on Matt's ass, always, like, pause. But I was always like, you know, for real, like, you know, making sure they was trying to stay in line. And Matt, you know, I think at first he thought I was like, yeah, why you always on my back? Why you always on my back? You know what I mean? So then I had to pull him aside and tell him like, yo, bro, like
remember.
I'm holding you to a high standard. You playing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got people on the bench just as good and that's not playing. You got to be held to that standard. And I think once he got that and once he realized that, oh, this Manny's actually looking out for me more than he's trying to, you know, be on my back. At that point, I was a senior and I was just trying to have the best career I could have at that point. So I needed them, you know what I'm saying? They were valuable keys to my team. So it was like, yo, I don't need you to be BSing around, you know what I'm saying? Because regardless if you're a freshman or not, you playing, you logging 30 to 25 minutes, like, you got to perform and you can't play around, especially with your minutes. So once we got that squared away, and then it was all smooth sailing from there. And then with Tucci, first day I met Tucci, I was on his back. And then, you know, he became my little bro like the second day in school. Like, you know what I'm saying? I took him under my wing, and it was rap since then. And we bet on it since then. But yeah, Tucci, it was difficult for him to see him because I knew he should have been playing, but we honestly didn't have enough. Like, we had
Brand new coach.
yeah, brand new coach, brand new system, and then we had like 3 solid starters that were always gonna 4 with Cam, 4 starters and Charles. Like, so we had so many players at that time where we were playing kind of big and they were guards and our guard positions was filled. So it was just them 2 battling that 2 spot, that 1 spot every time. So it was good to see, man. I'm glad you guys are both now being able to play side to side again. And, you know, hopefully take Framingham State to new levels and new heights, because, you know we all need that. So I'm going to talk a little bit about now, we're going to go way back. We're going to talk about how Matt from a public school, you know, like he said, he only had really 2 looks, how he got those. And then Tucci, you know, Tucci had a different, you know, pathway. Tucci went to public school, then he post-grad went to prep school, or you reclass?
Yeah.
Post-grad went to prep school. You know, so he had a whole different environment. He was playing with a whole bunch of D1 players, whole bunch of D1 coaches, you know what I'm saying? So, and he got a boatload full of recruits, like interest, but you know what I'm saying, he picked Framingham. So I kind of want to see from both of them, like, you know, how somebody from a small area and really not too much interest from someone that had a lot, both end up at Framingham. So I'll start with Tucci. You talk about your process, and then we'll go to Matt.
Well, I started off at Amherst High, public school in Western Mass. Went to Western Mass Finals 3 years in a row. Was kind of like the 3rd, 4th player on that team, though. I had a kid named Devontae McCall, a kid named Mikael Murray, his little brother Kyle. We had a loaded team. We was all good. Yeah, like I said, we ended up going to 3 Western Mass Finals and losing all 3. I won't
crazy.
talk about that, but we lost all 3. And then I ended up post-graduating at Commonwealth Academy because one of my coaches that I've been with since I was in about 8th grade took the head coaching job there. So I ended up going to Commonwealth Academy. At Commonwealth, you know, it wasn't the experience that well, it was a great experience, let me not say that, but it didn't go as I planned it to go, you know. Started off a little rocky. There was ups and downs through my own bad decisions, I think. You know, it's definitely a big maturing process for me. Like Manny said, I was playing with a lot of high-level talent over there. Definitely coaches in and out that gym every single day, more than I've ever seen before. So that was like brand new to me. Definitely put me in front of a lot of coaches. But like I said, there was times where at Commonwealth I was off the court a lot due to off the court situations. But I think at the end of the day, you know, out of high school, I wasn't really that high recruited. Maybe like a couple schools here and there. I think like Castleton recruited me, like a couple out-of-state schools, but not really anything major. When I got to Commonwealth, you know, you got, as soon as you step on campus, you got open gyms with Division 1, 2, and 3 coaches all there. So as soon as that happened, my recruitment started to pick up a little bit, and then it fell back off because I was off the court for a while. So then when it was time to make a decision, you know, I had a bunch of schools that were on and off of me, you know, wanted me but didn't really want me, you know, the whole recruiting. If you know the recruiting process, you know what I'm talking about. You know, you got to see really who really wants you, who really doesn't. So then it really came down to like, what's the best decision for me, you know, long term. and everything. You know, like everybody wants to go to the highest level they can go, but there was problems. Like, I was underweight, as you can see. I'm still underweight. I'm working on it though. So like I had to really weigh out what my best decision was, and my best decision at the end of the day, my best decision ended up being Framingham, and who recruited me, Coach Mugar recruited me, coming to Framingham, and you know, summer coming in, you know, it wasn't the situation I wanted, but through the decisions that I made and the circumstances that happened, you know, it was what I had to run with. So I was proud and blessed to be where I was at, to be coming into Framingham, coming in, you know, Coach Mugar seemed very highly of me. We had a decent relationship. You know, he kind of got on me towards the end of recruitment, but we had a decent relationship. And then I got on campus. It was going pretty well. Like I said, first day I met Manny. I think I met Manny actually. We was talking shit to him. Who was it? TJ? Mac? Somebody in the back gym. First day everybody's at campus.
I remember that.
We was going back and forth at it, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was going pretty good. I started getting in the weight room with him a little bit, you know, working out, whatever. And then we all get a text that Mugar's leaving.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah,
don't
that
know
was
who
crazy.
the coach is, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy, you know. I'm thinking in my head like, yo, where did I go wrong? Like, this is crazy. Nobody knows what's really going on. So it's just like it seems like I'm about to have a situation like Commonwealth all over again. So I'm thinking in my head like, yo, this might be it. Like this really might be it for me. And then Rainer comes in. Nobody knows what type of guy he is.
Yeah, we've worked
At all.
We've worked the tryouts, bro, in college. Like,
Yeah,
that
there was like
crazy.
a 3-week tryouts. Basically, all we did is just run. Yeah, I was thinking in my head, like, this is a situation just like Commonwealth again. Like, I didn't know what to do. I was going through it. And then, just like Manny said, from the start, I wasn't playing, stuff like that. So I was off the court. I was on and off the court for, like, good from my post-grad year to, sophomore year. I was, like, on and off the court a lot. So that really bothered me. Now we're just, you know.
Yo, hold up. Yo, don't you pop me your head like that.
Now, like, sophomore year, started getting back into it, you know, like, feeling good to get myself again. I'm on the court 100% full time, and then boom, Corona hits. We're off the court again.
Everybody.
And then now we're just trying to battle through this pandemic and get back to it. So it's really been like a whole bunch of ups and downs for me, you know, since I graduated high school. So.
Hey man, but that's the whole process with everything. Like, you know, you hear all these pros say it, and you hear everyone say it. It's like, bet on yourself. Like, you know, if you don't have these trials and tribulations that you're going through every day or yearly with your career, with your life, that, you know, you won't be built for the situation that you want to be put in the future. So you just got to continue to keep pushing forward, and I'm proud of you that you have. And, I mean, not to boost his own bubble, but at the end of the day, he did just make Dean's List. So that's a big-ass accomplishment.
Yo, President's List.
President's List, you know what I'm saying? So that's a huge accomplishment, you know what I mean? And I remember freshman year, bro, he was like, yo, man, I might fail off the team. So, like, yo, that's big time, for real. So you just keep pushing him in, and everything will take care of itself. But let's go to Matt. So let's talk about your process on going from public school to Framingham, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Smallly recruited.
Right. So I did 4 years at a public school, North Providence High School, and coming into that school, they had just came off an undefeated season, state champs. Like, they were good at the D2 level. And then my freshman year, I played freshman. Sophomore year, swung, and nobody does that at that high school. Nobody. So that was a big accomplishment for me. And then junior year, I was like kind of like the main scorer or whatever. There was like 3 or 4 guys on that team that were tough. And then senior year, we definitely didn't have the season we wanted, but I was the main guy. I was averaging like 18 points a game, so I had a pretty good season that year. And like I said, I was overlooked. Like, I really didn't have no schools, I didn't have no coaches, you know, hit me up, except Eastern. And they came to a game, and I showed out, and then my SAT scores didn't get me in. So that was a big letdown for me. And like I said, I went to that showcase, and I think Coach Karras texted me and was like, boom, 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 come up for a visit. So I did, and that was my only choice. So I went there, and then just started a whole nother journey from there. That was basically it.
Yeah, I hear that, man. So like, this is I want to have these two on, talk about kind of like, you know, how it is like even going into college, especially as a freshman. Create some knowledge for the people that are watching that are going to college or want to go to college and play basketball. As you can see, man, like, you know, 2G had this long like pathway to get to Framingham, and Matt's was kind of simple. And like, even to talk a little bit about mine, mine was like kind of in the middle, where, you know, my junior year, I was like, yo, I'm out of here. I was gonna transfer. I was gonna go redshirt somewhere and play Division I. I had a lot of interest, and then I was like, you know what? Let me just finish up my career at Framingham. Like, I can still do what I want to do at the level I'm at. So it's all different, you know. And at the end of the day, you know, we were all on the same team. And Matt came from Providence, not recruited or barely recruited. Tucci was highly recruited, had probably better schools than Framingham. And me, I was like in the middle. And then towards my end of my career in college, I was going to transfer, and then I came back. So this is all to talk about how you can just really make it out of any situation you possibly can think of. How, you know, you're not limited to any decision or any choice. If you want to go and do something, you can do it regardless of your situation. You just got to stay focused and stay determined. And as you can see, like, there's many different ways to make it. My last question for both of y'all, before I have you guys ask me any questions you want to ask me, is what's the next goal for y'all? Okay, you guys are both playing college. Yeah, you want to have a successful college career, but after that, is it, you know, get into coaching? Is it to get away from basketball and get into like the business world? Is it to get straight into the workforce that you're working in or that you're majored in? Or maybe play professional? What's the goal? So I'll start with you.
Yeah, so I mean, like, if I had the opportunity, you know, like you did, you had a breakout senior year. So if I had that opportunity, you know, to go to a showcase and show wow, I definitely will. But after school, like I want to be a personal trainer. You know, down the line, open up my own gym or something, and just see where that takes me. You know, so
for sure. Well, you know, you're in one of my closest friends, Jim. He's a personal trainer, so you know you got a lot of resources. So just use them if you need that.
yeah, that's facts.
Tuji?
For me, I think obviously the goal after college is I do want to play professional basketball, and for many different reasons, not just because, you know, I want to make a living off playing basketball, but there's many different like opportunities and branches basketball can bring you. I think going overseas to play basketball, like maybe a situation like Manny's, you know, or maybe a different situation like Manny's. You know, sometimes you go overseas to play basketball and they just pay for your master's degree or something like that, or get you a job or something like that. You know, they don't necessarily pay you $80,000, $50,000 a year. I think that's big for me because, you know, I would have never came to college if it wasn't for basketball, just to be real with you, you know.
That's true.
I can't really tell you why I'm in college right now if you ask me. You know? I'm a sociology major with a psychology minor. You know?
Yeah, that's a fact.
What am I going to do with that? I don't know, honestly. To be real with you, I don't even think I picked my major. I think my advisor was just like, oh, I think you should try this. Okay, that's what we're going to go with. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is right now. You know, I think I just use like basketball kind of like to be realistic, to save my life, for real. You know, so I think I'm just using basketball right now to stall off time to like really figure out what's my purpose in this world. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I want to do in my life? You know, if obviously I love basketball and I'll play basketball till I can't no more. But you know, if basketball is not the thing that brings me in $100,000 a year, then so be it. But for right now, basketball I think is the thing that's going to lead me to the opportunity that's going to lead me to the thing that makes me $100,000 a year. So if it's basketball leads me to get my master's, and from there I get a job that I need a master's degree for, that's going to bring me $100,000 a year, then that's what it is. You know, and it's not all about money. You know, I really do love this game. And I think like I said, I use basketball to get to college. You know, I got two little brothers that I got to show like how to do the right thing. You know, I'm going to be the first in my family to graduate college. So that's big for me. And, you know, just having two little brothers, you know, I struggled a lot growing up, just getting in trouble, doing other little dumb stuff. And, you know, one of my little brothers, Jaden, is just like So, you know, I want to show him that, like, yo, like, maybe having a rough time right now, but, like, you know, don't give up. You know, I was just like, he knows I was just like him, like, growing up, and, like, look where I'm at now. So I want to show him, like, you know, if this is what you want to do, you can do it, you know. And a lot of people say, like, you got to go to college or whatever, and I, like, just use whatever you can to get to college. If you draw, use drawing to get through college. Use it to do whatever you want to do eventually. You know what I'm saying? Don't just draw because people tell you can draw. If people tell you can draw, use that, and then use that to do whatever the hell you want to do. You know, if you want to go, if you want to go be a construction man athlete, go do that. But use drawing to get you to where you want to be. So that's what I do right now with basketball. I use it to get to where I want to be, and obviously I want to be a pro. Still, you know, I dreamed of that as a little kid, and I still dream of that. So if I'm blessed enough to make it there, God bless. But if I'm not, you know, I'm gonna use basketball to get to where I want to be.
I like that. I like that a lot, for real. And you know, that's a lot of people, to be honest. Like, and I can kind of relate, and I bet Matt can relate. Like, for me, like, basketball, like, it's kind of all I know. Like, you know what I'm saying? My whole life, that's all I've been, like, really focused on. You know what I'm saying? So it's difficult to try to, like, take your mind elsewhere. You know what I mean? So you kind of, like what Tucci's saying, is letting basketball maneuver you throughout life to find different paths and avenues that you might branch off and take. So, yeah, I like what you said. For me, yeah, this I'm gonna be doing. I gotta make $100K off this, man. For real, because it's just, I know what I want to do now. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna set me up, and hopefully when you guys get to the point where I'm at, you guys will know what you want to do as well. So keep pushing, keep taking. I'll ask you guys both. You guys can have each one question to ask me if you want.
I only get one, bro.
You could get two.
I'm gonna let you man go first, though.
So throughout the process, did you like have any like thoughts of just giving up? Like, did you just want to just call it quits or
Yo, that's funny.
hang the shoes up? You know what I'm saying?
In the process of being a pro or process of being a college player?
Just in general.
In general.
Like, it could have been in high school.
Oh, yo, to be honest, in terms of high school, like, high school is probably the best time of my life in my basketball career. I didn't think.
Just played.
I just played and I loved it. When I got to college, it was more of a competition because you have people in front of you. In high school, you kind of know, like, you know, okay, I grew up with this kid. This kid's gonna stay. You kind of know, you know what I mean? You know where you're gonna be at. In college, like, these different recruits coming every time, or every year. You might be a sophomore or a junior, and you might have played 35 minutes. A freshman came in, same position, killed, and he took all your minutes for the last 2 years. So for college, it was more like, it's a job because, okay, you got to get bigger, faster, stronger, and better every year. And if you don't, then you're not playing. So it became more of like, okay, I'm putting on muscle. So then I got to college and I put on 25 pounds. And you know what I'm saying? And I was in the gym every day. I mean, like, I had all my boys, yo, man, let's go. And no, there's no chance, bro. There's no chance because I wasn't losing. I wasn't. So for me, then it got to become more of like, okay, me versus me, dog eat dog world. Like, I'm not letting no one take this from me. You know what I mean? Especially like my freshman year, I was lucky to play, but I was only playing like 15 minutes, and I didn't even. I thought like I was like saying like dumb, like, yo, are you crazy? I should play 35 minutes, bro. I'm locking everybody up in practice, but then you really sit back and realize like, yo, my game reads wasn't there. I couldn't handle it under pressure. Like, you know, you start thinking about the shit that you couldn't do, and like, you're like, okay, so maybe I shouldn't have been playing. But then like, I never had those doubts in college. When I started having those doubts, it was like my senior year, man. It's like, you get to a position, man, and you know you're done, and it's like so hard to do what I'm doing right now and what I'm trying to continue to do, and it's so difficult because in our area at least, and when you're not a big, you know, Division I star, you don't have a lot of support system behind you. You know what I'm saying? So you really have your main core group, and then that's about it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the support from the city. You don't have the support from, like, you know what I'm saying? Your state, it's difficult. You know, I didn't come from like a UConn or Kentucky. Like, I came from Framingham State, so I got to make it basically on my own, without nobody. You know, so to answer your question, bro, what, you know, more times than not, I'm like, yo, like, this shit's difficult. You know, like, damn, like when is my breakthrough? When's my breakthrough?
Right.
You know. But then I sit there and think about like, bro, I was lucky and fortunate enough to play right out of college. I didn't have to wait, and then to get another contract, and then to now like have opportunities and have choices. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for me now, it's like, okay, I'm at the point where I don't look in any other direction besides straight.
Right.
And I only see my own path. I don't look at at any other people's like opportunities or what they got, what they did, or what they didn't do, because that's what I used to do, and that's what used to make me think like, yo, I'm better than him, and I know I'm better than him. So why don't I get that opportunity?
Right.
And that make me think like, maybe I should just give this up. You know what I'm saying? So to answer your question, absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you don't think that,
Yeah.
bro, then you're not working hard enough. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're working hard and things are just not coming, bro, you're supposed to get down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're supposed to hit that wall of adversity because you genuinely feel like you're giving it your all, and you're not getting back in return. But just like what I tell everybody is a stay the course, man. Like this shit works. This shit works. Like if you work hard and do what you're supposed to do, it works, bro. It works, I promise you. And you'll always benefit, always. So it's a good question. What with you, man?
I got two questions. One's about basketball.
All right, cool.
Can you talk about like what challenges did you hit off the court that maybe would have affected like your time on the court, or money? Like you still have to pay for everything. You gotta pay for a car, pay for all this other stuff. Talk about what off the court issues you kind of ran into, like. Because a lot of people think athletes, just get everything paid for them.
Yeah,
It's
and
not the case.
not at our case. You know what I'm saying? Not in our case. For sure, bro. Like, basically there was issues. Everything was an issue besides basketball at that point. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like in terms of like school, like, I mentioned this a little bit about on my first couple of episodes. Like, in high school was like I was on IEP, so like I was in extra reading classes, extra learning classes, ELA classes. So for me, it's like I came to college, and if you're on IEP and you know this, you didn't take science and history classes because they took those science and history classes and put you in extra English reading classes and math classes. So whatever you're struggling, you know what I'm saying? For me, it was reading and writing. So it's like for me, I was like, I wasn't in science. I didn't have science courses. So then when I go to college and I'm going to biology class and have to dissect this, and they're talking about like, oh, you learned this in high school. I'm like, I had no idea what I was doing. So, going to extra help, that was an adversity. That was taking time out of your day. And then in this point in college, it's like they don't have those little classrooms that you can go to the side and, work one-on-one with teachers. You feel me? So you had to kind of figure it out on your own. You know what I mean? So it was difficult. And then that's educational. Like that's, the educational point. And then I was like, I had BMW in college, so that was my own fault, but I had to pay for that. So I'm like, now I'm working overnights at IHOP down the street, while my guys is going out and this, that, the third. I'm working at IHOP overnight from 11 to 7. You get me? So, or 11 to 9, and then coming home, sleeping, and having to work out. Like, so it was crazy. It's crazy. Like, a D3 college athlete, man, you go through it all. Like, you're a D1 college athlete, you have an IEP, or you have a learning disability, whatever the case may be. You got tutors right there on the plane with you. You feel me? You got people doing your work for you. This, that, the third. Well, we got to do our own work. We don't have no tutors technically. We don't have no team tutor. Like, it's solely like you got to find resources to help you to get the job done. Because if you don't pass your classes, you don't play. It's just simple like that. And then like the last thing I'll talk about is like, okay, dorm life in Division I level. Like, and I only know this because I have friends that play whatever. Most of the athletes are in the same area. Well, we have 7 a.m. workouts, whatever the case may be, and I got all my cats all over the place. So we can't have team meetings or get the team together as much because we're all here, or this guy's over this, and this guy's on the other side of campus. So, there's a lot of things that go into being a Division III athlete, and to be honest, it's tough. So to answer your question, like, for anyone out there, you know, it's not peaches and cream, like, in terms of being a student athlete in general at any level, and especially at the D3 level, because you don't got people behind you trying to, you know, picking up your message and making sure everything's okay. You got to do that all on your own. Simple as that.
This don't got nothing to do with basketball. So you said you was working overnights while your guys were going out, right?
Yeah,
All right, so you about to go out with your guys.
yeah,
You know, cameras is on. You know the flicks is about to come.
yeah.
Describe your entire outfit: earrings, chains, shoes, socks, everything,
This
brand
is-
and all.
This is if we going up.
Yeah, we're going up.
Ah, come on. You
Whole
already-
outfit.
All right. So me, I keep it casual. Well, my boys be saying I be flexing sometimes for no reason, but I don't be flexing.
I just want to hear that.
I'm rocking some whitewash jeans, rips in them. You already know how.
What brand though? What brand is it?
Levi's, some PacSun joints. Nothing crazy. Like he got the big money, so he be he be having all types of jeans. Man, I'm just, you know, the basic ripped jeans. You know, maybe from Forever 21, Fashion Nova. You know what I'm saying?
Fashion Nova?
Hey, Fashion Nova for men's is kind of fire, no cap.
You gotta say men's though. Fashion Nova men's.
Come on, you already know what's up. So, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I'm gonna have a graphic tee on. Graphic tee, you know what I'm saying? Depends whatever kicks I'm rocking for sure.
You gotta tell us the kicks. Though.
All right,
What
so-
kicks you got?
Throwing on a pair of J's. Probably sixes. Right now, six is my favorite J.
Okay.
So I'm throwing on sixes. Nike socks always. It's off the muscle. You know, I got the Calvin boxes. Yeah. Calvin I ain't rocking no Ithaca. Calvin boxes always. Or Nautica. Calvin and Nautica boxes. You know I got the beater under me always. I'm rocking a graphic tee. And then I'm rocking a zipper hoodie, just blank zipper hoodie with a fitted.
I was gonna say
With a fitted.
No earrings, no chains.
Nah, I'm rocking earrings, one loop, one hoop. I mean, one stud, one hoop. You know I got my 2 chain on, but I don't got it right now.
Alright.
For sure, fast show. And then, you know, I'm always laced up. If I'm going out, I gotta be laced. So I'm gonna have that cut too. So.
Name 3 things you gotta have with you if you're going out. You gotta have them in your pockets. in your bag,
Chapstick.
whatever.
Chapstick always. Vaseline, chapstick, some sort. Man. But I always got on me, bro. Oh, always gotta have cash on me. Always gotta have cash on me. I got my wallet, like, you know, I have my debit card, but always gotta have cash on me. Yeah, like, you know, but I ain't gonna
Cologne or something.
gum is a necessity, but at the end of the day, it's like, I ain't gonna cap. I don't always got gum on me. You know what I mean?
Phone charger.
Oh, nah, that's in the car. That's in the car. Steady. But I would like to thank both of these two for coming on. It was kind of spontaneous. They had no idea they were coming on. They were working out with me today. I was like, yo, you guys gonna be on my YouTube channel? Let's go. These questions are off the top, so, you know, sorry if we sound kind of crazy. But at the end of the day, that's just a little bit about a D3 athlete, different avenues and pathways you can get to becoming a D3 athlete. And, you know, the moral of the story is just don't stop. Keep going. Chase your dream. Don't let no one put any limitations on you. And you are who you are. So, again, thank you guys. Appreciate y'all. You know, my brothers for life. Appreciate you guys for liking, subscribing, and following. Continue to share. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.